limbs froze up, locking my eyes on the shadowy figure. 2 large, sunken eyes lazily gazed back. The figure seemed to twist and shift as my eyes tried their damnedest to focus. I couldn't scream. Nothing would come out. A jolt of electricity shocked my paralyzed body as it moved toward me. It had left as soon as it arrived. With the air no longer electric, I gasped for breath. Empty was all I had to say for myself. I could feel my organs slowly shift to my hooves, while the smell of decay started to linger. Now, in no means of hyperbole, I truly do believe the devil spoke to me that night. And I will never forget it, like a red brand to hide. Oh, for Pete's sake! My eyes shot back open, piercing into my own pupils as if they would disappear again if I even thought about looking away. The old sink shrieked as I shifted my weight, pressing my face against my own reflection. My thoughts were clawing at the back of my skull for an explanation. The imaginary sound of bones scraping rang out in my mind. Wait, sound? Is this even real? Ain't nothing. It just ain't nothing. In just an hour, the Pegasi laid a blanket of dark clouds over Ponyville. The sound of plates moving while Granny and Sis chatted soon became muffled over my own numbness. I didn't want to go back, but I'm not the gal to leave work unfinished. I blinked, suddenly becoming aware of my surroundings. Me and Big Macintosh stood at the entrance of the never-ending wood. We both stood in silence, taking in the old song of the forest. The wind was stronger today, making the trees pulse and sway, as if they were the veins of this gigantic system of trees all connected to form an intelligent being. The thought of the trees being alive made my neck go cold. I can only assume Mac felt the same way as I did. He ain't much of a talker, but he sure can't hide his feelings. Ears whipping back and forth, trying to hear something that would confirm a worry he had. We slowly started to creep into the dark wood. I've been around trees my entire life, taking care of them somewhat like a foal. But these trees, their markings taunt me with their fake eyes, malevolently watching my every move, but always making sure to snap back to normal the second I look at them. It made me feel so confused, but on edge. We set up camp once more, trying to push back our fear to get the job done. But deep down, we just wanted to run. Mac pretended to study a tree, but his eyes were far from his subject. The tension we both felt was thick. I tried to make small talk.
Mac, you find
It's something I do when I'm nervous.
Nope.
I hope I'm not stepping on your hooves by asking, but what did you see yesterday? It looks like it has you spooked even now.
Well, I'm not too sure myself. But I have noticed a bull, or a cow, lurking around in the trees. I thought Bessie and her gals might have gotten out again, but something is wrong with this bull, AJ. Very wrong.
A bull? Mac, I don't know if this has any connections to what you're saying, but I had the worst dream last night. Also about a bull. Cowhead? Does that sound familiar at all?
Shoot, can't say that rings a bell.
All right. God, it really shook me, though, I tell you what. These woods have been really messing with my head. Rainbow told me we should stop working on this wood. Do you think we should tell Granny about stopping for a minute?
I think that would be best for now. It's just that...
What? What is it, Mac? Oh, sweet Celestia. What in the... Its very appendages moved rapidly as it threw itself at us. However, the center of the being stood violently still, making its eyes lock onto two very frightened ponies. Our hooves pounded on the cursed soil of the backwood, scurrying desperately to get away from this unholy creature. Running deeper and deeper into the thicket, getting cut up continuously by the slivers of branches sticking out of the trees. The being wailed as we started to approach the Everfree forest, getting darker and darker as the uncontrollable weather patterns of the Everfree started to take hold. Having nowhere else to go, we sprinted inside. Reaching the entrance of the Everfree forest, I turned back to see how close the monster was to us. To my shock, it was gone. A giant black void of trees loomed where it once chased us. Something about the border of the two properties made it blink out of existence. Didn't stop us from running, though, I tell you what. Zecora's hut!
Well, if it isn't my dear Applejack. And is that your big brother in the back?
Oh, yeah, that's real nice. Do you think we could come inside?
Of course. You and your friends are always welcome.
But it would be nice to be alone.
Why did you gallop all the way to my home? Did you find one of the dangers that roam?
Yeah, guess you could say that. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm a bit winded.
That's okay, my pony friend. You two are lucky that I have a brew to refresh your hot head.
Bless your hospitality, Zecora. I think we'd both be goners if you hadn't chosen to live out here. Speaking of, you've been in this wood for a while now. Probably know it better than any pony I know. What I'm trying to get at is that we've been having issues with a bull on this side of the property. Or a cow? Oh, I don't even know. It was all dark and flowy, like two big sunken eyes is what I mainly recall. Have you ever seen something like that?
I may know the foe that you tell me so. When I had left my grass home over 10 years ago, I found myself estranged from ponies I did not know. Walking the dense forests of the Everfree, I sought out a new home just for me. A little naive of me, that's true, but at this point I hadn't a clue. Making my way farther inside, I noticed something queer. A new shade of tree, a birch had appeared.
Excuse me, miss?
I had met a cow while on my prowl. She was as kind as she was sweet, though she did give me a warning about deceit. Oh, hello! I didn't realize anyone else was out here besides my own. I do hope I'm not intruding on your home?
You're all good, hon. Didn't mean to scare ya.
That cow had guided me out of the wood and stated I should leave for good. However, her kindness is what balances out the horrors of that abyss.
Excuse me, miss? I had to ask, are you okay?
I didn't realize anyone else was out here besides my own. I do hope I'm not intruding on your home? You're all good, hon. Didn't mean to scare ya. That cow had guided me out of the wood and stated I should leave for good. However, her kindness is what balances out the horrors of that abyss. I've come to learn through experience and time the life that was hers, now left behind. She once had a husband, a tempered and nasty bull, the very bull that is out of control. Their names were Larry and Eve. They owned property just outside of my Everfree home, in hopes that they would be left alone. Their marriage was not a happy one. He had grown hateful, becoming undone, beating and breaking his lover day by day, all while she just wasted away. However, one day, he was too rough. She had died, but he called her bluff. Unfortunately, it was true, and he didn't know what to do, saying, "I'll see you in hell," as he threw her body in a well.
Oh my God.
I know, I hate to tell you so. Having such evil in one's community is truly baffling, it is true. However, we still have the story to get through. After his hellish deed, he couldn't come to grieve. Paranoia whispered in his ears day by day, though that feeling would never go away. It made him do very strange things, such as planting trees with eye markings, in hopes of scaring others off of his land, as his eyes were always in command. Eventually, his paranoia consumed him whole. At last, he had fully lost control. Any creature that stepped near would never be seen again, I fear. Only a few know what happened, I hear it so. However, I am not one of those few, and I don't think I'd care to. But with his old age creeping in, his heart began to fail from within. Upon his death, all stood still. As he lay motionless, his evil was not as easy to kill. His violence so stark, it took safety within the tree bark. The essence of it lingers, though only on his land. So I would advise you to stay where you stand.
If I'm getting it right, that only happened 10 years ago? I reckon our granny would have been concerned with that, since our property's lined with his. Why wouldn't have she mentioned something like that happened?
I can't say I heard her mention it.
If I were you, I might want to mention a thing or two.
We left Zecora soon after, finding an alternate route to the farm. We soon made the long trek back. Don't you find it weird Granny didn't tell us what Zecora told?
Yep.
I know she's seen her years, but I don't think she'd forget something as gruesome as that. What do you think, Mac? 'Cause I'm starting to grow thin with it. Just not getting told things. First it was Rainbow not telling me what she saw in that damn house. Now Granny's not telling us something we ought to know. That'd drive me plumb wild.
Yep.
Granny! We're home!
I'm in this here kitchen. Y'all are back early. Did you forget something?
No, not entirely, Granny.
You know, back when my hips worked, I would forget just about every stinking thing. Used to drive my pa wild.
A few days ago at supper, you said you had a story about that cabin in the woods. I think me and Mac are ready to hear what you got